Gustafson versus Krylov in this one. Meat Boys, let us know down below who you're rolling with, but can't wait to break this one down because at a minimum, I'm just stoked that Alexander Gustafson is back at 205, right? He had that foray into heavyweight. It just didn't go well, right? He went up against Fabricio Verdum. We had him actually in a parlay fillet way back in the day. I mean, that was summer 2020, believe it or not, and he definitely spoiled that parlay fillet because Gus got smoked in the first round via armbar. It was a discouraging performance, and we thought that was going to be his return, right? Because Gustafson did some amazing things at light heavyweight. I mean, we all remember that classic fight against John Jones, and I mean, if we remember that finish over Glover Teixeira, which, believe it or not, was Gustafson's last victory, and that was all the way back in 2017. That was, if you've never watched that fight, go watch Gustafson versus Glover because that was the sharpest, sickest version of Gustafson that we've definitely ever seen. I mean, he was just cracking repeatedly Glover with those gnarly uppercuts and was able to get a finish over Glover, who is insanely tough. So OG Gus had a lot of tools to work with, and he's going to have to rediscover him, right? If he's going to take out Nikita Krylov, who is 27-9, very well-rounded, doesn't do one thing spectacularly, but is able to, manage all aspects of the game for sure. And he is, however, riding a 2-fight loss streak. Got smoked by Paul Craig, got smoked by our boy Ankalaev, but he did beat Johnny Walker before that. So what are your thoughts on Gustafson's return to 205? Is this going to be too much for him, or is Krylov the perfect opponent to get him back on track? Who you got?
I think this is the perfect opponent for Gustafson, but is Gus still Gus? I don't know if he's still dealing with the fuss or not, but I could see this being a quick fight win for the Mauler, but also I can see this being a long night, and Nikita will be just mining away at his body, just ground and pound, and maybe get the easy submission. As everybody kind of knows at this point, Gustafson has no ground game. You take him to the ground, he's done. And Nikita's actually pretty solid when it comes to grappling, so I see this being a clear path victory, easy win for Krylov, and he'll be mining all weekend.
Yeah, he is pretty slick on the ground, and we have seen, Gustafson have some deficiencies while down there, so you got to believe that Nikita Krylov will be trying to get this thing to the mat, and if you look at Tapology, it's basically a near split, right? 51% rolling with Nikita, 49 going with Gus, but there is a decent sliver for that copper submission, so perhaps Krylov, that's going to be his best pathway for sure. In this one, though, a lot of love. I mean, 50-50. A lot of people going with Gustafson, and in this one, Meat, he is a plus 160 dog. Krylov minus 190, but I'm going to ride the hype. I'm going to take the sweet. I think Gustafson is back, and I'm hopeful that all that training with Hamzat, the renewed, I should say, disciplined approach at 205, he's back. He's back. He's back. He's getting this one done over Nikita Krylov somehow, some way, but I don't know, maybe I'm just buying the hype and hopeful that this happens, but I believe it will. Any last thoughts?
Nope, throw in the comments, boys. Who you got? You got the Mauler, or is the Mauler going to be getting mined all week long?